Hey, I'm Callagy. It's Trajectory Tuesday. We're here daily connecting share with warriors like yourself, committed to lives of growth and mastery. So, it's Trajectory Tuesday, following our Mastery Monday discussion of mastery being about breaking paradigms, defining our own life, not following somebody else's rules. And on this Trajectory Tuesday, it reminded me, Nicole very thankfully brought it up, she reminded me actually, of a story that I often tell at seminars, and I'm going to share it this morning. So my son, Tyler, was in kindergarten, and we're walking around holding hands on the playground of Memorial School looking at a map of America. And as we're walking around looking at the map, all of a sudden I hear boom, and the doors open, and out march the teachers. And I'm a huge fan of teachers. I mean, my God, what a wonderful profession of dedication to the future of our children, and I'm the hugest believer in learning and growth. So, you know, this is not a knock on teachers, but the door opens and out they stroll. And one of the teachers comes up to me, and there was still about 10 minutes before they had to go inside, and says, your son has to line up. I'm like, I'm like, okay, but we're kind of just looking at the map, and, it's not time to go in yet, and, I'm still here, and I kind of haven't dropped him off yet, formally, because we're still interacting. And she's like, but if he's on the playground, he's got to line up now, because we're outside. And I'm like, okay. I said, I'm not quite sure why though. And her answer was, he just has to line up. And so it became an ongoing struggle from that day, and from that day going forward, because I didn't think there was a very good reason to do that. It was incredible, high quality time that I was interacting with my son. And interestingly, as the years started progressing, instead of kids running around like tackling each other and doing crazy stuff, which by the way is fun and part of development also, a lot of kids started coming to the map with Tyler and I, and we would talk about places and adventures and different things that you could do, and where different states were, and what happened in those states, and Hawaii is here, and what's Hawaii like, and how is it different than Alaska, and different than New York and Florida and California, and all over the map. And every day there would be this like tension that started to develop, and like anger and control that I could see coming out of this one teacher. And eventually, I pulled her aside, and I just said, I have to share with you that I'm not trying to be offensive, I'm not trying to be difficult with you, but one of the most important things in the world to me is that my son doesn't line up, and that my son doesn't just follow rules and structures that don't really have a reason. And I've asked her if there's a reason for this. I could come in 10 minutes and then drop my son off, and he wouldn't have been lined up before that time because it's not time yet. And I really just want you to examine why this is, and how this amazing experience that not only my son is having, but I would hope that you would see him bring into some of these other kids, that they're thinking about their future, they're thinking about traveling, they're excited about learning, and that could be seen as something positive. And this didn't make much progress, quite frankly, and she was still angry, just kind of walked away. And so I've told that story many, many times, because when I think of this brick building, the doors opening, going bang, I think about how many lives and their trajectory have been impacted in such a negative way by well-meaning, well-intentioned people. This woman did not have negative intention, this teacher. But she was following rules and structure that were limiting, inhibiting, out of her own maybe fear. She's afraid that kids might get hurt in the playground. I don't know what she's afraid of, right? But so it's not about making people wrong that are advising us. My own family, including my incredibly successful uncle, told me I wasn't ready to start my own law firm. When I quit my job, I started my own law firm on a credit card. I just wasn't ready. And I'm like, I don't understand. Uncle Jimmy, like, what do you mean I'm not ready? He's like, you're just not ready. You need to stay at that law firm for longer. I'm like, but you didn't do that when you started your medical practice. Like, you believed in yourself. You always told me, bet on yourself, invest in yourself. And at the core, I think his issue was rooted in his own fear for me, his love for me. And so on this Trajectory Tuesday, I challenge you, I offer to you, I give to you the idea of asking yourself, where is it that you're living in some level of limitation by rules and constructs that other people put upon you, or that you read about and put upon yourself, or you're still connected to in some way? Is it that your parents are still, that their voices in your head, or their voices are directly on the phone to you saying what not to do, and living in some level of fear, or these teachers or even coaches. And listen, I was blessed to have the greatest coaches, but some people weren't, and some people told they weren't good enough, they weren't enough, that they just had to hopefully survive and earn a paycheck and just get by. So whatever that is for you on this Trajectory Tuesday, let's think about not lining up. Let's think about smashing through that paradigm, and let's live a life of growth and mastery that you deserve, that is who you are and what you are. I'm Sean Callagy. Please connect, share, subscribe, comment. Please spread the word. Have an awesome day.